And it's working, and we're live with audio. Shenanigans.
Oh, shenanigans. Yay. Okay, wait, I have to show you. Wait, I left our Twitch and I came back. Let me see if this works. I think it's gonna work. Oh, yes, I got the chat rules. I didn't read them though.
What rules?
There. Do you like my custom emote? Do you see it in the chat? Do you see it?
Cat.
Do you see it?
That's Chairman Meow.
That's Chairman Meow Reese. It's a custom emote.
Maurice.
I can use it on any channel. It's Meow Reese, Chairman Meow Reese. Meow. Nice. But anyway, I'm just excited because I can use it anywhere now on Twitch.
Yes, I've got some things changed in Twitch. Twitch has changed slightly. I don't remember doing anything.
Yeah, I think they had something in beta and it came out of beta, so it's probably not
coincidence with YouTube's mucking about, no doubt.
Could be.
Yeah, that's a very good icon.
Yeah. I made it myself, but I'm more excited about the fact that I get to use it.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I gotta put you on mute.
Yeah. So, Shannon is otherwise occupied for the moment, but hopefully he should be joining us later, where we will continue. Well, we won't continue, we'll probably start from the beginning, because all that font selection stuff took nearly 2 hours on, when was it, Tuesday evening. So hello everybody, so that's who's turned up. So naming names, so Frenzy Wicked Truth, Hot Rod MCO, Liana, and Brig 2015. Read the chat. What? Oh, yes. That's the coloured nodes that you can see on screen. That's for ho-hum. We might as well do this for the moment because so hexagon. Ooh, hang on, I've got audio going. Need to turn that off. Forgot about that. Music, I mean. You now seed them. Not sure what you mean there, Frenzy. No, it's for, they are for. This is hexagon, for those that don't know. Recent files, and it's not showing it. It's open. I don't know. It's their hexagon has an issue with UV maps. It wants to flip them. So, but anyway, the nodes that you see in Blender, these are actual meshes because programs like Hexagon, programs like Hexagon don't understand the node system the wireframe nodes that 3D Studio Max uses and that Blender can use. So let me just load up. So that's the, so to get around that problem, you have to make actual mesh placeholders, which, depending on it's not so much skill level, but depending on whether actual nodes are possible to be used in hexagon, or in fact, let me just open, hopefully this won't crash the Dance Studio. Yeah, it's I mean, hexagon is with FBX, it's another alternative to I mean, if people find Blender 3D complicated, or you know, obviously they're not going to put down $3,000 or whatever it is, or a subscription for 3D Studio Max. So with FBX, we now have the option to use other applications that are either cheaper or free. And Hexagon is one of them, DAZ Studio is another one. And with FBX, because we now have the ability to import FBX, we can use any program that has the ability to export FBX. But the problem is that not all of the programs use the same node system that's available for 3D Studio Max and Blender. So so for example, this is what you have to excuse the noise of me zooming out, and that's with the scale reset to 0 to 100%. So Liana, I'm looking at you for this. In order to get the template set up, or the starter file set up within DAZ, and it will be the same with Hexagon. So as mentioned, we have to use meshes. So ideally, these can't be exported out as part of the project. So they have to be converted to what would be regarded as null objects. So somebody with better expertise or better knowledge of Hexagon and DAZ 3D will need to check to see if we can indeed replace the colored cubes for actual node objects, because if we can do that, then it means that we can set up items relative to IMVU and set them up properly so that they have a hierarchy that means that you can create your own skeletons and structure. But that needs to be checked. But that's what so those are meshes. So that's what those are. But within Blender, we don't have to use these. Well, sorry?
Just realized I was muted. I just realized I was muted.
Oh, right.
I'm like, what's going on? What are you working on? Hey, what? And then, yeah.
Yeah.
Very ridiculous.
No, I just had, I was working on this earlier today, trying to create some starter files for DAZ 3D and Hexagon, and also possibly Carrera 4D-ish. But that's not, Carrera is going to be slightly less likely because you have to pay for that to be able to do anything with it. So, But this in order to get the structure of furniture sample file into other applications that don't use the same sort of metaphors, you have to create actual mesh objects that will import, so that you get all the positional data. So it's the coordinates of these actual objects and where they are on screen that's important. And if you can convert them into null objects in the same way that Max has and Blender has, then it means that we can get proper furniture items exported from DAS and Hexagon to, two more free applications, rather than just doing mesh replacements. So that's what that was. But yes, Hexagon has this weird thing with the material settings. It doesn't remember. So you have to keep engaging the flip. There's probably an import setting somewhere that you can do, but is it Carrera? No, what's Cinema 4D. Sorry, that's the other one I was thinking of. That's the one that costs. No, Frenzy, if the furniture files are all available either from IMVU's FBX page or from Cat's Bits, which is down at the moment for maintenance, but that's what. Let me just load that.
Wait, so what's the difference between Carrera and Bryce? I mean, Bryce is landscaping and stuff.
Yeah, it's Bryce is actually more, as far as if I remember correctly, Bryce was geared towards landscapes and stuff like that, but Carrera has more traditional 3D capabilities.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bryce is just really good at rendering different things.
Yeah,
it's like a renderer thinger.
Yeah. It's skies, textures, landscapes. If I remember correctly, you can export them as well. So
I have books on Bryce from like 2004,
yeah.
and I'm like, darn, these books are so heavy and old, but I just can't seem to get rid of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of the techniques will be transferable, but they're kind of obsolete now.
But Bryce will still run on your.
Oh yes,
yeah. I've used it still for making backgrounds.
Yeah.
If you need a sky or something. Yeah. Are you gonna make us a texty thing, or are we just off in a totally different direction?
Oh yeah, I mean we can do a quick text thing. I was just reading through the comments because Frenzy was asking about the starter file. So you can download the starter files that IMVU was using from the FBX page, which I don't have to hand, or just from Cat's Bits.
Was that a hint?
What?
You said you don't have the download to hand.
Oh no, I don't. I don't have the download to hand.
I told Polly to join us.
Woohoo!
She keeps messaging me. I'm like, why are you not here?
Is that Blender Frenzy? Wow, that's quite midnight themed interface you've got there for Blender.
Ooh, it's like it's like Vampire Blender.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But that's
Vampire
wait.
Bloodlines.
Okay, so I missed what it was, so I'm gonna just guess. It could be like a cage, or it could be part of a magic act, or it could be a shipping container.
Shipping container, I guess.
That's your guess?
Yeah.
Did she say what it was?
No, don't think so. I'll just pop this up on screen so that everyone can see what we're looking at, talking about.
Oh, well, they could click the link, right?
Well, it's for afterwards.
A salad container.
A what?
A sea lad container. Jazz wins.
A sealed container?
You said shipping container,
Shipping
right?
container.
Didn't I say it like 1 second before you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we
Not
both
being
win.
competitive or anything. I'm just saying.
Not at all. No.
I honestly don't really care that much, really. Only a little bit.
You're the kid that says I win and pushes everybody off stage.
Yeah. Well, no, you had that in the wrong order. Or do you? I grabbed the crown from somebody else.
Get off, it's mine.
Oh, sipping container. I'm just laughing at these typos. They're hilarious.
Well, we need a word for if we want to do a quick. So we don't know what time Shannon will be here.
We need a word.
So we need a word to do all this 3D textamajiggery to.
So pick a word. Give us a word. Give us.
It's kind of weird that you can type in chat in real time, but chat's responding to the video like.
Potato.
Potato. What?
It's 2 votes for heart, 1 vote for potato, and 1 vote for bugaboo. Sorry, I totally interrupted what you were saying. I'm just like laughing at these.
Bugaboo. Somebody watches A Life Worth Living. Is it A Life Worth Living? The YouTube channel.
I don't think I've seen that.
Is it Jesse and Melissa, or is it Alyssa?
I feel like it's kind of weird to use a word that is an actual item. So like, why would you spell out potato instead of having a potato? Or why would you spell out heart instead of having a heart, right? Like, it would be nice to spell out things that you can't see, maybe, if that makes sense.
Keep going.
Sugar honey rich bun pie. Well, the good thing about that is it is about the same amount of work for all those letters, I guess, right? As just a few.
Fine. So what have we got? We've got heart, potato.
Show.
Heart, potato. Bugaboo. Pop.
How about cat spit smells? How about something that goes along with the fact that love is being spelled out? Like, what word could go with that besides heart? Because heart, we have hearts already. We might have to go with heart if we can't get any other suggestions.
Yeah, and hurts is disqualified.
Hurt?
Yeah, love. The word that goes with love is what's that song? Is it Heart that did it? Love Hurts.
Oh, Love Hurts. Oh, yeah. That would be hilarious. You should do Hurts. And then we'll put it right after love. Or stack it underneath in a room or something. Frenzy says, I don't know if this is supposed to be all together, but mere baby, let's smash our food holes. What? No. What?
Is that supposed to be come here, as in come here?
Oh, mere baby, let's smash our food holes. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
I have to
I'm
say,
not sure that's. I'm not sure
is
that's.
that how people talk to you or how you talk to other people? Because I'm worried either way.
Yeah.
Uh, sure hurts. Nazareth. Hope. Oh, you could do the word you. Hot Rod MCO said love you. What if you just do the word you?
Well, we could do.
Oh, it's short, it's easy. I think there are a lot of funny things you could do with it. Well, it's your choice ultimately, I guess.
No, I'm just I'm reading the chat.
It's very distracted.
Yeah, they are completely and utterly bonkers.
Why are you people so insane? Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Aislinn.
Oh, Aislinn. Don't say my name too much. Don't want Jinx to think I'm slacking off. Yeah, Aislinn is one of our showcase creators, and hope she's getting her changes done. Or let's see, what was I was working on her stuff today actually. What was I working on? Let's see let's talk about her now.
Question. What question? Somebody asked the question? Well, I mean, the question that we're asking is we need a word to accompany love. Because we're going to make it.
Be careful how you phrase that. We are getting into some weird double entendre territory here.
Oh. Oh, it just okay, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen today. I don't know.
Oh boy.
So you're gonna make you. I think you're running out of time. You can make you, or you can make hurts. But we want to try and actually make the whole thing before Shannon shows up. What do you think?
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll do you. That'll be pretty quick.
Did we even mention why Shannon is late today, or that he's going to be late?
No, I didn't.
In case anybody didn't notice that he's not here.
Yes, I mentioned that he wasn't here at the moment, and he will be joining us later.
Oh, now I see. Okay, I'm looking at the jewelry that Aislinn did. It looks good. Yeah.
What?
Oh, now I'll just look at what she's supposed to be looking at, working on, instead of doing this. See here.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Lingerie. She's supposed to be making lingerie right now. You guess what?
No, I guess. I guess we'll.
Are you going to share your screen?
Oh.
Are we in the call?
Yes, we have to do that, don't we? So hang on. This is where it gets really
might
confusing.
as well do it now.
Yeah.
So we're ready for Shannon. The new interface.
Well, no, it's because it's confusing to remember to share screen for Zoom. Whilst streaming your desktop, because you're streaming your desktop.
Well, hopefully it won't cause problems.
No, it's just trying to remember to do it, that's all.
That's what I'm here for.
It is. Yes, it is. It is.
They didn't see my suggestion. Wait, what did we miss?
What
Hoax
suggestion?
them.
What?
Love bug.
Love
Oh,
bug.
we could, but then we'd just be writing bug, right? Because we already have love.
Yes. What word are we actually choosing?
Okay, you've got you've got hurts, and you've got bug. So it's your choice. Or we could say people can vote on those three things.
All right, vote on those three things. We need a D20 dice or something.
Vote on bug, you, or
Hurts.
People want love bug, but we see the thing is Shannon's going to make love, and so then now I'm going to laugh again because it's very because I'm childish like that. So we already have the word love. If we don't need love bug, we can just make bug. Shannon can make love. We're just going to make bug.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Well, at least it doesn't hurt. Boom.
Yeah, bug hurts just doesn't have the same ring.
No.
I'll make the O a ladybug. No, it's too fancy. You do that, Liana. Holly likes bug. I do think people like bug the best. It looks like.
Well, we shall go with bug.
Aislinn made me blush. What did I miss? Must be missing comments.
Yeah.
Oh, she has. Oh, she's working on her lingerie. I see. Okay.
Oh. Yes.
For the showcase.
Right.
That's probably supposed to be a secret. Sorry.
Yeah.
When you live in Australia, bug hurts. Oh my gosh, when you live in Australia, like kangaroo hurts, shark hurts,
Everything
crocodile
hurts.
hurts, my feet hurt, sunburn hurts.
Right, so text. So we're going to create a... So for those that may be following along, do we want to do a quick overview? So middle mouse click.
I think we want to do a speed version. You're just going to show them how easy it is, and then Shannon will do a really slow version.
Yeah, so middle mouse, that's just squiggly, rotate the scene. Left middle mouse strafes, and control middle mouse zooms. And those are pretty much your three controls of the main scene and what you'll be using most of the time. Left click, that's to click all the buttons and options, and right click is to select objects. So I'm going to create a new scene, and that just clears all the stuff that's on screen at the moment and creates resets the interface. Oh, and it's going to do its thing again.
I'm trying to be quiet so I don't interrupt you. Oh, you're reading the comments?
Yeah, love.
I can read them out loud to you, but I don't want to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. So this is the default scene. Camera, cube, and there's a light. We don't need most of these, but we don't need the cube, so just right click, select, and delete it. So press the delete key. You might want to zoom in to the grid center, and then from the add menu we've got this option to add some text, and if you click that it'll add some text, and then to edit the text you switch to edit mode, and that gives us options to do some basic text editing. So if you hold the shift key down you can multi-select. I think you can use your arrow keys and shift key to select multiple words, text, letters, lines of text, but not tested that. So we need to get rid of this. What are we doing? Bug?
Bug, yes, bug.
Right, bug. So we just type bug. And that's it. So exit edit mode. And that puts us into object mode. So this is now a text object that can be modified.
Oh, Shannon said he's getting set up now.
Oh.
He was probably like, she's not in the office. Surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to hurry though. Let's see how fast.
Right, so that's the object.
Wait, can I make a suggestion?
What?
It'll be better if you do all caps because
Oh,
that
do all
G goes
caps?
down.
Yeah, I can do all caps. Hang on. So adjust the panel so that you can see the buttons. That's move the mouse over the border, left click drag. Right, so to edit, because we now need to change this because we made a mistake, edit, and then we just backspace, and then just type the letters that we need. Exit edit mode, bug. So we want to change the font for this. So object selected, right click. We've got a fonts properties button in the properties panel. Click that and we'll get all these options here. We want to change the regular font, which is what we see on screen. So click the folder, that's the folder icon, and then browse to your fonts folder, which will normally be in Windows fonts. It might not be visible because it's normally a system folder, which is hidden by default, so you may have to go through all the process of unhiding system files. Change to the thumbnail option so that you can see all the fonts that you've got available on your system, and then choose a font. Ooh, that one looks okay. Let's try that one. Whoops. Seriously? Come on, Blender, stop mucking about. Do that again. Windows, fonts. Where's it gone? Oh, fonts disappeared. Oh, there it is. So right click, left click select, and we can load that in, and that's the result. So we've changed it from a pretty standard font to something that's a bit more interesting. So once we've got this, we can then start messing around with it.
Ooh, I like that one. I had to go cheat and look at the live thing so I can see. It hasn't shown Twitch yet.
So the quickest way to do this is just to play around with the extrude option. And all you do is either left click drag and increase the value, or you can type. So let's do 125, and that makes the font a 3D shape. And then from here, what we can do to make this usable as an object, we have to convert it. So from the object menu, we go convert to, and then mesh, and we'll get an option down here. We want to keep the original because we're going to use it as a comparison, and that is, so that's the original, and you still have, even though it's in 3D, you can still edit the text. And that,
really?
Sorry?
I just said really?
Yeah. So,
that's very cool.
We
could change the letter.
Buglies.
Bug.
But because we've
Multiply.
Buglies,
No.
yes.
Wait, is Shannon here? It said boom, Shannon. Oh, he's in the Twitch, I see.
All right, cool. So once once you've converted the font to a mesh, it becomes a mesh, and you can't change it. You can't add to it. You can't edit the text, the words.
Ooh, Buglies. I like
Buglies.
that.
It's the name of a new game coming out soon.
Really?
Probably.
Or did you just make that up?
I just made it up. 99p in App Store.
Nice.
So the next step, once you've got your font converted to a mesh, is we definitely can't emphasize this enough, definitely need to reduce the complexity of this, because this is hugely dense as a mesh. And the quickest way to do this, let me turn on, so in object properties we've got wireframe, so we can enable that and see how dense the object is. But what we can do is right click, select, add a modifier, and we want decimate, and that'll give us this properties panel and a value slider. So again, left click, drag. If you watch the orange lines as I move, left click, drag, it reduces the complexity of the mesh significantly. So you'd have to play around with this a little bit, but there are going to be areas that will keep their density relatively high relative to other areas of the mesh. So you can either left click, drag, or type a value. So as you can see, it's reduced the mesh significantly where we've got straight edges, but not so much where we've got curves. And that's your basic mesh that would be ready for, well, the next step, which is adding material, texture, and then getting it set up for export to IMVU as an FBX file. But if you were not happy with that, you'd have to go, by keeping the original text, you can go back and edit that and then just go through the process again of converting it to a mesh and then reducing its complexity. And then once you've done the once you've used the modifier, you have to apply it so it fixes the structure of the mesh. And then all we need to do is add a material, change the color if you want. This is just so that you can easily visualize what you're looking at. If you want to assign a different texture to each material, each letter, you'd have to select the letter that you want and then create a new material instance and assign that. So we've now got two materials. Let's make this one green. And this is essentially just so that you can easily see or recognize what it is that you're looking at. If you wanted a different texture per letter, it makes it easy to recognize which is which. But once you've got your material, you need a texture, and within the texture you need to create an image. So let's just call this red. 256. 256. Select a UV grid, and then OK. And then we'll get this pattern And the next thing to do is just to assign the image to the object, and to do that we need to UV map it. So you can either switch one of the available views to the UV image editor, or you can switch the entire layout to UV editing. Whoops. There we go. Switch to texture mode so that you can see the texture when it's assigned. Edit mode, select everything, and then you can assign the image, and it will appear, but it won't be properly mapped to the object, which you might not be able to see. Let me just clear those. I'll switch back. Clear the wireframe for the moment so that we can see, and you can see that the UV map is pretty fugly because it's because of the size and shape of the UVs. So we can adjust that. Edit mode, select all. And press the U key, or from the mesh menu, unwrap, and then a cubic projection, that'll work. And it'll split the object into sections like this. And then you just...
I see Shannon's shirt.
Lumberjack.
Oh, there.
And then you can just scale up, rotate, position the UVs relative to how you want the objects to be mapped or textured relative to the image you're assigning. And then the next step would be getting that ready for IMVU.
Oh, we should have had someone making you like a ladybug texture or like a green texture or something.
Yeah.
If you give me a texture map, I'll make you a texture.
Well, there isn't one for this. It's just you're essentially just repeat tiling. You're tiling the texture. So if it were like the
well, if you don't repeat it, then it would be better.
Don't repeat it.
Yeah, so this is like just map it to the front of the texture and that the end. You know, with
yes, well that yeah, well yes, you can make it unique, but you're talking about then a much more complicated UV map to make from a shape like this.
Oh no, but like if okay, I'm not a Blender user, so like I don't totally know, of course, but can you not just like view it front on and then just say map it to that plane?
You can, yes, but what you end up with is let me just rotate this around. Oh, actually, no, what I'll do is I'll just remove the light wherever it is. Where's the lamp gone?
Or can you just put each letter so they all fit on there without tiling?
I'll just remove that. You can, but this is why you want to, well, it's not why you would want to necessarily do it, but yes, you can do that, but if you look at the bottom of the, if you look at the bottom or the sides, depending on your point of view, they're mapped so that the image appears proportionally correct, I should say.
I honestly don't care about the sides.
But
personally.
if you're looking at the UV in the UV image editor, it segments the object up relative to a box. But you can do that from view, project from view, and it'll just produce a simple UV map like that, which you would be able to then make, let me just see if that's wider. Yeah. Depending on the word, you could then just so stretch that out. And
Ooh, projection view.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. But doing that obviously mushes up the edges because it's stretching it across the.
I will make you a texture if you send me that.
Well, hang on then. Right, so yeah, to create a usable texture map for that, or UV map, edit mode, whoops, so that you've got everything selected. That selects or displays the entire UV that you've just unwrapped. And we want this wireframe. So for that, UV menu, and then export UVs. And that'll export. Dump that in furniture. It'll only save PNG. We want this to be 1 if you want the map to be completely opaque, otherwise it'll make it transparent. So let's call this Buglies. Save.
Hey, I'm wondering how many people watching this right now are texture artists? Like how many people are creators on IMVU and submit things to the IMVU catalog?
Because
Well, I was thinking like you've just generated a UV map and you could just submit that to the catalog as is, and then we could all texture it while you teach Shannon how to make his. And then at the end of today, we could show them off.
Oops, why isn't that? So that's your UV map. That's what you would get to work with. I don't know if you can see that in Zoom.
Where in Zoom?
Are we still? We are still sharing in Zoom, aren't we?
Yeah. Okay, so wait, can you send me the PNG?
Well, should I just dump it in the
Put it in GChat.
Right, okay.
Now everyone knows we talk on GChat.
We do?
Or Brig 2015 who knows nothing.
No.
Wait, okay, no, that I think that was in relation to the other thing. Let's see. Aislinn, of course, she's in the showcase. Frenzy, Liana, Polly. I'm not sure if who is that? Deb. Her name's Deb. That's right.
Are these all people admitting to something that they don't want to admit to, or something?
There are at least 5 people saying that they know how to texture, so I'm thinking that
So they didn't rob a bank and are admitting to that, then?
Yeah, you can submit your bug, and then we will texture it while you teach Shannon.
What a deal!
What?
What a deal!
What a deal! And
well,
then
I do have to, in order for me to submit it, I do need to do 1 or 2 other things to it before it can be submitted. Because
oh, okay. Well, can you do just make it a piece of furniture that you can't?
Yeah, but what I'll have to do in that case, because this is one of the other aspects of the process. So let me save this. Buglies. That sounds like a cuss word. Oh no, we're going to get banned from YouTube. Right, so save that. Right, so once you've got your Word mesh and it's textured. Right, so that's the, I've sent you the image in, oh hang on, no I haven't. No I have.
Oh, okay, great.
Sorry, because it pops up with the preview, which you then have to send. It doesn't just send the image once you plonk it into the chat thing. But anyway, once you've got your mesh, save the file, because you'll need to. And then what you want to do...
Does everybody have it? Wait, so we have to find some way to give it to everybody now.
Well, can it not be dropped into chat? In Twitch?
Oh, can it?
I don't
Can
know.
you do that?
I don't know. Okay, we're going to try something. I'm going to drop an image into... where's it gone? There it is. No, it won't let you.
Okay, let's see.
No, it won't.
I'm trying to think of the best. If I upload something onto Google, my Google Drive, it seems like the settings are really complicated.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh, but what about Google? No, like what would be good is, I know, Google Albums. Where the heck, or Google Photos. That will be the place to upload it. I'll worry about it. Don't worry about it. You keep doing your thing.
So once you've got your text and it's converted to a mesh, we need to set it up for IMVU. So save your file, because you'll need to. And then what you need to do is, where's my thing gone? Oh, there it is. You need to load in... Oh, actually, before you do that, switch back to default. Right-click the text, and in Object Properties, make a mental note of the name that you see in this text field at the top, because we're going to import or append this object into the furniture file. So load the furniture starter file, which is this one, and then we want to append. So we file menu, append, and we now need to find the Buglies. There it is, and we go into object folder, text.001, left click, select that, and it'll bring it in. And it will be brought in, but it'll be tiny because of the scale difference between Blender's defaults and IMVU. So what you can do now is press the S key, which initiates scale, and then type a value. So if you type, let's try 500. Yeah, so we can see that that's actually still quite small. So backspace. Let's try 750. That's too big. But that'll do for now. Ooh, that's huge. That's ginormous. So if you make a mistake like that, undo, Control Z, and it reverts it. So do that again, but press the S key and just manually scale out. Just move the mouse. It's easier, you have more control. But down in the bottom there, so it's about 1,000 then. Enter. So we've got our text in place. So, okay, we need to change the pivot point to the active element. Medium point, there we go, sorry, wrong one. Just need to position this so that we can turn it into a furniture item of some kind. So let's make it upright. So switch to the rotate tool, changes the widgets to these coloured loops. Left click, drag the red one, hold control, and that snaps to the grid. And then just scale the object using the scale widget, or press the S key and just scale this down so it's large enough to be sat on. Which is about the height of the starter file cube. Position it. That's okay. And then what we want to do next is right click the mesh, the text, and then right click, there's a wireframe box. That's the root node of a furniture item. So right click the mesh and shift right click the root node, and then from the object menu we need to parent, object, object, keep transform. So if you can test this, right click the wireframe cube, press the G key, and everything should move with it. And for simple items we can export this. Oh, hang on, no we don't, not yet, because what we need to do is convert the image that we've got assigned to this, because if we don't do this, the FBX process will export a 2x2 pixel image instead of the actual thing that we've got, or that we need.
Why does that happen?
It's a fail-safe, I guess, because it basically means that you can export something without necessarily setting any texture stuff up, and it'll. I think it was something to do with the importer. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. That would be one for Robert.
Oh.
He would know.
Well, yeah. We need like 10 hours to ask him now.
Yeah. So to do that, you have to switch to the UV image editor. Scroll out. Oh, so we now have to reset the view. Change the scale to 100. And the clipping distance to 5,000. There we go. And that's because the layout is the different layouts are almost independent of one another, so it has its advantages and disadvantages. It means that you can, in the default, you can have the view set up so that you're viewing textures, materials, or something else, and in one of the other views, as you can see in the 3D view, it's in solid mode, so it's just showing the material diffuse colors, which has its advantages or disadvantages. So edit mode, make sure the mesh is selected and the texture is visible, and then we want images, or image, save as image. So we want Bugley's, and this will probably save over the UV map. So Bugley's _D. Select a format that's lossless. So that's Targa, bitmap, TIFF, anything that you can open into whatever image editor you're using, and then save. So now we've made that virtual, this checkerboard, it was a virtual generated temporary texture, but now it's real. So now we can export. Oh, double check that that's got a So we need to change this so that we're using the IMVU's material convention. So you're adding the numerical append, and then we should be good to go. Oh, save the file. So right-click the mesh, right-click the root node, file menu, export, export FBX. Get a set of properties at the bottom. We only want the selected versions, the selected objects. Deselect that, leave apply modifiers active. Armatures, deselect, add leaf bones. Leave that as is, and then just export. And that should then be importable into IMVU.
Ooh.
Which will now take 5 minutes to load.
My texture is ready.
Already?
Yeah.
So what about the other guys?
Yeah, is everybody else? Mine's done. I don't know about you guys. I am the kid pushing everyone off the stage. Mine's done. I win. I won.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe, I don't know. I should look up. Maybe somebody else is already like, I haven't been reading the comments because, yeah, except for about the calves. Oh, so cute. They came running to the gate. We were bringing the big bale. It was so cute. I just love cows and calves and how curious they are.
Oh, this is new.
What?
What's on screen? Welcome to IMVU, explore, chat, and make new friends.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's that new.
No,
Maybe
that's new. I'm not sure why that's there.
Hey, I don't recognize that avatar. That's not the jazz cat I've been seeing all over the place.
No, it's not. So skip, and then you go to, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so create mode. After that took 5 minutes to load.
Oh, Polly's working on something else. She's too busy, I guess, to make a texture for the bug.
I am not busted on my old avatar. No.
Oh, Aislin's working on laundry because she feels guilty for not working on it. You know, I have so many of the other showcase things too. I'm like lost in jewelry hell right now.
So click the Derive New Product button. Basic, just do a furniture. That'll bring up the stool, the chair rather. Go.
Shannon's having fun. I think he likes just making fun of you, and he doesn't have to like pay attention to what you say. Just wait about 3 minutes.
So you're the one that pushes everyone off the stage, and Shannon's the one that sits at the back of the class flicking paper clips at people.
Oh, we're just so badly behaved. It's terrible.
You are. That is the poor example of community togetherness.
No.
Right, so import, FBX import, click the tab, then click the load FBX button. And then you'll need to browse to the folder or the location where you save the file. We called it Buglies IMVU FBX. So select, open, and because this is a simple item, it'll come straight into the importer and we'll get a lot of settings. We've got our text mesh and we've got the two materials. And then we want to change the object size. 0.01 and then import, and hopefully this will work without breaking. So it gives us a couple of error messages, or well, warnings that we need to. That's okay, that's okay. Import changes, yellow button at the bottom. And then of course, usual process of click apply changes. And there is our bug. And as per what I was saying, if you click on meshes, we've got our full texture, and then we've got a 2x2 pixel image, because we didn't set that, or well, what we should have done is just remove that, which we can go over again. But that's the bug in IMVU.
Yay! Wait, so are you
Yes,
uploading?
I'll just re-export. I'll have to re-export this to make sure that everyone can texture this properly.
Oh, yeah.
So let me just do that quickly. So to do that, if you've got problems like that and they crop up, select your mesh, go back
Greg
into
says imvu has a bug.
it does.
Wait,
Yes.
Shannon is weirdly silent for this part.
Yeah.
He's like, comment.
Yeah. No comment. So let me just switch to and hide the cube for now. So if you have this problem cropping up where you've imported something and it's not showing properly, or not showing as you expected it to, it probably is because you've got some materials still in place that need to be removed or textured properly. For us, in this instance, we're just going to remove this green one. So select the mesh. In your texture properties or material properties, select the green one, and we just want to click the minus button, and that'll get rid of it and force it to use the assigned material that's already associated with the mesh. So resave the file and then re-export. So shift the mesh, shift right click the mesh, shift right click the cube or the wireframe cube, and then re-export. FBX, and that'll save. You'll get this will go pink, this salmon color, to tell you that it's going to override the file that you just created. So double check settings, selected only, selected objects, geometry, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Export, minimize, and then you can either close this or just re-import it. And it'll bring in all the same information, and the settings will be kept, and then just click the import button. It'll import. Warnings, that's okay. Click apply changes, and there we have the bug. So the next thing to do is to save the file, save as Buglies. I'll call this FBX Buglies, so I know. Save, and then upload. Which will now take forever as well.
What's going to take forever?
No, just uploading. So, is there text? Furniture items. No, there isn't. So this would, I'll have to put this under
What are the
miscellaneous.
kilobytes on that?
Sorry?
5. They're asking what are the kilobytes on that. Oh wait, maybe it's the kilobytes on something else. Maybe I should scroll up.
We'll find out in a second, I guess. Because it doesn't, does it tell you? Hang on then.
Aislinn, don't worry about the jewelry slide. I just like, since we did 2 different things at once, it's just a lot of things, but it's fine.
Uncompressed. So you're looking at uncompressed. It's about a mega. Is that a megabyte? I guess in the assets folder.
Polly's bug got my, oh wait, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm going to unmod Polly's comment. It's probably up higher where people won't see it anyway, though.
All right.
She just said something about bugs want to kill you or something.
Oh yes, if you've got the word "kill" in there, it'll.
They want to kill you.
Yeah.
Oh no, now that I said it. Well, we don't care what YouTube does anyway now. We don't have to worry. We can say, I don't know, like boobies and
Well,
what else?
given the fact that it's automatically demonetizing everything anyway, it's kind of a moot point. What's and that's notwithstanding all the kerfuffle from the past couple of days. So it's going to be about it'll be less. It's uncompressed. It's a megabyte, but I guess we have to upload to see the final size of the file in terms of its kilobytes. So let me just do that. Miscellaneous. Oh, we need an icon. So it's general audience.
What? You don't have a product icon?
I don't have a what?
A product icon?
No. I don't have anything to hand. I could probably use the
image that you sent everybody?
yeah, I'll use that. So let me just quickly do this. Whilst my computer is having a heart attack. So width 100.
Yeah, we're like, hey computer, do this and that and this other thing.
Yeah.
But the real question is, how many browser windows do you have open?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
I have more.
Oh, Shannon has, I have more.
I have 59 on Google Chrome alone.
How on earth
Tab.
how do...
My tabs. Only 2, 4, 6, 8 pages, but there are many tabs within. So 59 total.
That's just completely... How much memory does your computer have to be able to... Because that just...
It is using 65% memory now and 64% CPU.
And how much of... So what is it? 8 gigabytes of RAM in the system?
I think I must have like 16 or more, I think, on this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, some of us lowly people are only on 8. Or in this instance, 6. And one of that is used by the graphics card. So 5, really.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, graphics card will do it. Anyway, just humble bragging there. Sorry.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little.
Let's just save that for next time people are like, oh my God, she has like 30 browser windows open. And
Yes.
be like, what?
Yeah.
Shannon's got 50.
I got 59.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a problem.
You know, the thing is, people send you a document and you're like, you start looking at it and you're like, oh, I need to save that for later. And then, you know, and then you have your calendar open all the time. And, you know, there's things.
Well, also when I just have like a tab open for like in the this, you know, in the discussions and I want to get back to it, that's one thing. Or if, you know, I open up multiple emails that require replies, I just open them up in tabs to remind myself to reply too. So
30 of those are things that Shannon hasn't replied to yet. So if you've emailed Shannon and you haven't heard back, now you know.
yeah. And then just
Yeah,
and then setting up all the calendar events for this because I have meetings that overlap, and because like you can't get the same room, like you have to go back and redo the calendars and all that too, which was fun. So yeah.
It's only 10 sessions. And this is
But it was some of the rooms bounced because somebody got the room like 2 or 3 weeks out. So little fun things like that, but not a big deal.
have we you're making the preview now?
Yeah, I'm just, well, the thumbnail. So, right, I've just added thumbnail, visible display only, allowed derivables, inclusion in products. So, 1 credit.
Polly says Shannon works in mysterious ways, but I would say Polly works on mysterious things that I guess are more important than what we're doing here.
It's not that the mystery isn't the mystery isn't being mysterious. It's the fact that nobody knows what he's doing anyway. Right, submit to shop. And that will open up the product page. And then I'll just publish that. Oh my word. The catalogue has surpassed 40 million products. It's right now, it's on 40,210,322.
How good of you to notice.
40 million products.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But like, how many of them do you actually want to buy?
40 million.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. You guys are so sweet. You want to buy one of everything in the catalog.
I want to buy one of everything. I mean, come on, that's obvious, right? Wink, wink.
Right, so I've published this and it's now in peer review.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's in peer review.
Yeah.
Where's your catalog page for it?
Do you want the product number or the actual page?
The URL.
What's about to happen never happened.
True.
This is super secret, top secret. This is the kind of thing that the Nazis blew buildings up to hide.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's super secret.
I have no comment.
Top secret.
I'm saying nothing. I know nothing.
I know nothing.
Yes, that's what the guard always said.
Coding Jazz Cat. I know nothing.
Your product and it looks like your product's gotten through peer review. So let's just link it here so people can derive from it.
Wow, that was quick. Peer review must be really working quite hard tonight.
Yeah, it really depends what time of day you submit it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if there's something naughty in there, you're in big trouble, mister.
No.
Or I am. No.
Yeah, didn't you check? That's what peer review's for.
Yeah. Well, I saw you make it, so I have a little advantage there.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to derive from this product.
Wait, so to answer the question that was it who asked the file size? 133 kilobytes. That's the total size. So it's giving me 50 KB plus 82 KB. So The 50 is probably the chair that it's derived from, and then the 82 is the addition of the mesh that we just created and uploaded. So I guess it's 82. Well, it's one of those, 50 or 82. So that's the answer to that question.
Not 42? Wink, wink.
Yeah. Deep
Laura
thought.
hates that joke,
Yeah.
by the way. She hates.
Yeah, that reference to 42 is just more hilarious every time.
That's why we bring it up.
Har.
Well, it
Yeah.
should be because, you know, part of the whole point of the answering the question was that the Earth gets blown up.
When you're right, Jazz Cat. Can't argue with that.
No.
Too bad somebody doesn't agree with you.
It happens all the time.
No.
That looks weird. So, are you going to teach Shannon now?
Well,
What?
You guys have probably almost
And I have to
finished.
work?
Well, yeah, you don't have to.
Well, he shut up late, so, you know.
Yeah.
I can stay later if you want.
This is extra
yes, as
homework.
punishment. You know, my dental cleaning was set up many months ago. I apologize for
That's all right.
overlap there. But future, I checked the future calendar dates. I don't have anything big time overlapping, and there's like one meeting I can cancel on the finale day for that stuff too. Plus, I have an
So,
excuse tonight for CrossFit.
just to quickly interrupt. So if anybody wants the Hexagon and DAS 3D files to check what we were talking about earlier on in the stream, just message me and I'll send them through to you to be looked at to see if we can get those set up. Just closing these so that I've got more. Right, save that. Save. Right, so have we chosen a font?
Yes, right? Yeah.
Believe it or not, I think we settled that on Tuesday.
Right, okay then. Okay, right, so the steps. So first thing to do is I'm going to just create or reset the reset blender. So I'm going to create a right. So the next thing to do is to delete the cube. So I'll go through the first couple of steps and then we'll do the screen share and switch. So I'm going to delete the cube. So right click select, press the delete key just to delete. That gives us an empty scene. You can zoom in a little bit. And then from the add menu down at the bottom, select the text option, left click, and it'll drop some text in. So that's all we need to do for the moment is reset the scene, delete the cube, and drop in a text object. So I shall stop sharing so that you can now.
All right. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Sharing screen now.
Right. So for everyone watching, we are now watching. So are we going to continue using what's on screen, or do you want to create from scratch?
Wait. Do I get to answer the question?
Well, you
What's
can.
on-
Yeah. Well, yes. If
Where's that? No, we want to open Shannon's file from. Are you showing? Or maybe I'm looking on the wrong screen when I say that.
yeah. So if you on Zoom.
This is the
Yeah.
we're working on. I love.
After 2 hours of picking out that font,
Jump it.
Right.
It's like
okay.
the pumpkin patch bit.
No, well that's all right then. So next thing to do then is we want to rotate these objects so that they are upright, because at the moment they're lying flat on their back. This will make some of the steps later on easier to do. So if you switch to the rotate widget, so that's those 3 buttons in the middle of the, that's it. So you want the one that's not that one, to the right a little bit.
Your other
three
right.
buttons.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want the middle of the 3 buttons to the right
Oh.
of global.
Ah, okay, so that would be here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so you want the one, that's the one to the right.
Okay, is that the one with the arrow or this shifty thing here?
That curve,
Okay.
the curvy thingamajiggery, that's it.
Right.
Right, so maneuver yourself so that you can get a better view of the red handle. So that's middle mouse click and then drag the, that's it.
Okay.
You want to be looking more at the side view of, so you want to see the circle of the red. That's it.
So I want to go into the red?
You don't want to, not all the way in, you just need to be able to see the loop so that you can select it. So you need to be quite sort of precise with this. Left click drag the actual red loop itself.
This is the red loop,
Yeah.
correct? Right. Okay.
Left click drag.
Because there's a red line here, which I'm presuming is not part of the conversation.
That's it.
Okay. What am I doing?
You're trying to drag it upright. So what you can do is maneuver the scene using your middle mouse button, shift, and shift middle mouse to maneuver the scene so that you can see the orientation of that object relative to the scene.
Okay. Yeah, right now it's really close up, so I'm not getting.
Yeah, so press the escape key.
Okay.
And then just maneuver the scene so that you can see the letter E. That's it.
We hear you eating something, Laura.
I know. I was just like, wait, I have like this little wrapper I'm opening, and I was like, oh,
I'm sure it's really quiet.
that for sure. I'm not even talking. I don't know why it's on.
Like,
For more precision, if you left click just to confirm that,
okay.
in the properties panel on the right, can you see the orange cube? The orange cube button up top. Yeah, that one, yeah. Click that.
Okay.
And then you want to look at the rotation values. So if you left click that set of text boxes that says X, Y, and Z, or X, Y, and Z, left click and just type 0.
Okay. Okay. So in the rotation, I see the Y, but these other two are blank. So is this technically the X, and this is technically the
Yes,
Z?
it should be. Yes, I'm not quite sure why it's doing that. So press 0 and just reset. Yeah.
All right.
So that should now be lying flat on its back again, which it is. So it'll be either the X or the Y value. I'm not quite sure which one of the... So if you left click in either the X or Y text field that you just edited,
Yep.
type 90.
90.
90, 90, press enter. That looks right. That's okay. That's the view. So repeat that for the other letters. So right click, select the V, type 90 in that box X, press enter, and then move your scene along so that you can select the heart. So that's shift middle mouse click to move the scene. Yeah, you have to, when you're doing that, you have to press the shift key first and then the middle mouse button. Otherwise, it'll just rotate on you.
Okay, got
That's it. Right, so change that value as well. The X value for that is 90. And then L 90.
Oops.
That's okay, just type. Yep, select and type. So if you zoom out a little bit, you should now see that all those letters are standing upright.
Ah, there we go.
Right, so do an incremental save at this point so that you've got a restore point to go back to. Stop it. Aislinn.
What?
No, it's not you, it's comment Aislinn put in the chat.
Ah. It's dangerous to go over there while working here. It's easy to get interrupted and distracted by clips and comments and people sitting in the back of the class, you know.
Yeah.
Distract left and right. Oh, I would never do that.
Right, so the next thing to do, we need to make the letters 3D. So, I don't know if you remember the F button that we were talking about last week. In the properties section on the right.
Right there?
That's it. Left click that. And then in the modification section that's just below your mouse, you can see the extrude setting. You can left click drag in that text field and it'll extrude. It'll extrude. Yeah, well, if you left click it, you'll have to type a value. So if you type, let's say 1 for the sake of argument, and then press enter, it extrudes the letter.
Nice.
So you can repeat that with the other letters. So right click, shift, right click the heart, yep, and the V, and then the E.
Okay, looking better.
And then you can change the value if you want to a lesser or greater value depending on what it is that you want the letters to do. Oh, I see. What? Okay.
I don't know if we want to go that far back for a mesh.
So if you, I tell you why you can't tell how thick the letters are. It's because you're in ortho view. So if you stop what you're doing for the moment, go down to the view menu option, bottom left. And you want to switch to view perspective ortho or persp ortho. There we go. So now you can see how thick those letters are because you've now got perspective visible. So select each of them in turn and alter the value to a more reasonable. So that's the extrude.
Well, right now it's 1, so we want it less?
Yes, you want it less. Well, if you think that's too thick or too thin, you can change the value.
Why don't we try 0.5 and see what it looks like?
Yeah, that'll do.
Curious.
And then rotate around so that you can see how big that is relative to the others.
Wow. Yeah, let's try. I mean, I don't know. What are people typing? Do they think it should be a smaller number?
Should the letters be thicker or thinner? Yeah. So, question for chat.
I mean, L has been shifted to 0.5. The others are 1. Let me shift out a little here so people can see it. Those are like, wow.
That's some thick loving.
Yep. Oh, you said it before me. I'm feeling okay.
Yeah.
Whew. I'm not responsible for that comment.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
getting all hot under the collar.
yeah, I was back. Whew. Yeah. I take it you didn't look at the comments? They're all
I
over
am
here.
looking at the comments, but nobody seems to be answering because Jinx is not asking the question.
Oh, she's typing while she's eating, and she muted herself, so we don't have to hear her opening thing.
So hang on, then let me type.
Probably says maybe make the heart a little bigger than the letters.
Okay, so yeah, that's yeah. Well, you can make the letters even thinner and then reduce. So if you put the heart at 0.5 and then the letters at 0.25.
Yeah, let's try that. All right, yeah, it looks a little better. We'll put these to 2.25 and then see how it looks and tinker with it. Whoa, hello. All right. What do people think now? It feels like the heart is a little pushed out to the V and the E.
Yeah. Well, we can adjust that. So that's. But yes, it's rather a thick letter.
Yeah. I'm sure Laura would have some comments, even snarky ones, if she wasn't muted. So, just saying.
Well, I guess make didn't see what 0.5. Yes. Well, no, we have hot rod. That's that. The letter at the heart is at 0.5. Oh, cue the jokes about lovely and love and. So the heart is 0.5 thickness and the letters are 0.25. Yeah, 0.5 isn't working in text. It looks a bit too thick.
Yeah.
So if you, I guess, make them all the same width, 0.25.
You can make the heart 0.25 since all the others are 5. Let's see. Okay, yeah, now they're lined up, which is nice. I don't know. What do people think? It feels, just looking at it from this angle, it just feels off, right?
Well, it's just a position between the letters. That's all. We can solve that.
Okay, as long as that's not a big deal, then I'm on board.
No. So to adjust the letters, because we've got individual shapes for this, to adjust the distance between the letters, go down into the View menu, which we did before.
Okay.
And click the View Persp Ortho option again. And then go back into the View menu again.
Mm-hmm.
And click Front.
People say they want you to make an avatar from scratch next time.
Oh, that won't take long at all. That'll be easier than the pumpkin patch.
Yeah, we might be. I'm not really clear on whether they just want Jazz Cat to make an avatar from scratch, or do they want him to teach ShannonMac to make one?
Wow, from scratch.
From scratch.
Are you saying like starting with a starter avatar and dress it up?
No, I'm thinking they need to start with create a skeleton,
Wow.
bones, and of course you could make an avatar that's just like a worm or something, right?
Yeah, that'd still be some serious meshing.
Oh, you mean an avatar replacement?
Yeah, well, that's still an avatar, right? I'm thinking that's may not be what they're asking for, but I'm thinking like you could just make a tripod and be like, "This is my avatar," right?
Mm-hmm.
And be like, "There you go. That's what you asked for."
Or a stick.
Yes, make a stick or a can of soup.
Yeah.
That's true.
Avatar.
They didn't ask for a quality avatar. They just asked for an avatar, so we could
Hey,
bend
there's
that.
nothing wrong with a good can of soup. I'm just saying. I love all. If you look at Cowboy
Yes.
Developers catalog, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
We know you like those.
No. Yeah.
Milkshake avatar, can of soup, like fire hydrant. Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, ice cream cone, bathroom stalls, for sure.
Hmm.
Yes, Aislinn, you can do you can do with FBX now. We can pretty much do anything. You know, anything Max can do, Blender can do better, as the song would go, if it was
Oh,
written by a
those
Blender
are
person.
fighting words, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see.
No, but technically, yes, you can do it, but it's quite challenging to say the least. So if you right-click each of the letters in turn, and then press the G key, you can move them into, you can move them and position them how you want them to appear relative to each other. So right-click, select, press the G key, and then just move. Yeah, so the G key puts you into what's called free translate mode. So you can select an object and move it in any direction at the same time or at once. But if you use the widget manipulator, you can have directional control over the position and placement of the object. So the widget that's currently shown is we're still using the rotate widget, but if you press the shortcut keys, it overrides the widget that's visible for the function that you're trying to perform. Left click to confirm.
All right, so I put them closer together, and now I'm thinking I'll put the heart up a little. I'm trying to basically put them on that red line there.
Yeah.
See how it looks. So, all right. All right. Seems a little too high. I think that should be down. Like, maybe about like that. I don't know. I'm open to changing it. They're certainly closer together now. The question is whether you like that or not.
That looks okay to me.
Well, we have to check with Laura and our
That really does not fit the original image.
Yeah, see, here it comes.
See, you got to make the heart. The heart needs to be. Sorry, I was reading the comments, not looking at what you're doing. I'm really.
We almost got away with it, Jess.
Disturbed
Yeah.
here.
Almost.
You need that flat side of the side of the heart to be tilted like me. It needs to turn about 45 degrees so that the flat side is on the ground. Right now you have the point of it going below the ground, basically.
We want it to be higher up, is what you're saying?
Well, you want to rotate it first. Like rotate the L about 45 degrees.
Oh, you mean like rotate?
I mean rotate the heart.
The heart
Did I say
shape. So it's lying on its side, basically.
Counterclockwise about 45 degrees.
Yep, so if you press the R key, once you've got your object selected,
Okay.
you can then rotate the object. Whoops. Right click.
Right click.
Yeah, so press the R key again and try that.
I'm holding the R key. Should I let it go?
Yeah, you just press it once.
Okay, that might be why I was having issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not working. Let me do Control Z.
Maybe you should save the file before you keep going.
Whoa, look at that. Okay. Are we trying to turn it around a little, you're saying?
I don't think you have it straight on anymore. Like, can you kind of go back?
So right-click to reset, or to cancel that move, and then just Control-Z or Control-Z.
Okay.
Undo. And again. Oh, no, Control-Z. You've, so press the Escape key.
Okay.
Control-Z, undo. That's it. There you go.
Okay.
Now press the R key. Just press it once just to initiate the rotate tool, and then rotate the object. Yeah, that's it. So which way do you want it rotated? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise. And if you look down, I see down in the bottom left corner, you can see the degrees of rotation
Yes.
you've got.
Yeah. So keep going to your left until the side is essentially flat on the ground plane.
45. You're looking for 45 degrees. Go back.
Okay, how do I do that? Because
Right.
right now it's just going in a circle, right?
Right click just to reset.
Okay.
Right, move your mouse over the letter V.
Okay.
Now press the R key. And then move the object. So move the mouse upwards or downwards to rotate.
All right. Are we trying to angle it? Is that the idea? Like almost 45 degrees, you said, like that?
45 degrees.
But the other way, to your left.
Yeah.
The other way.
That's
There.
it.
Oh, no, too far.
I'm
So-
at 45.
Yeah, so the flat,
There.
that's
there.
it.
There. Oh, there.
Left click.
No.
Wrong button. I'm used to using a PC mouse. All right, let's try that again. Here?
What, are you using a Mac?
No.
Oh, okay.
There.
So,
You
there.
got it.
So left click now.
Left click?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
confirms. Now you can press the G key and reposition the heart.
But it's too big.
Yep.
Too big. Wah, wah.
It's going to be a long blending class.
Yeah.
So left click, that's it. Now press the S key and then scale. So if you press the S key now and just move the mouse.
Like that or smaller? Too small.
I guess it'll be about the size of the letter L.
What do you think, Laura?
Wait, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong.
Bigger,
A little
smaller?
smaller. A little smaller than, let's say, like halfway between the size of the L and the V, I guess.
Like that?
A little smaller.
There?
That's good, I think.
Left click.
probably.
Left click. Whew.
Right.
Maybe it could be a little smaller, I think.
Maybe I should save this file.
Yeah, might be a good idea.
That was...
So version save, so save
Yeah.
as, yeah.
All right.
Lorraine Ray, lots of steps. Not really. It's just that you have to understand that Shannon is completely new to Blender and completely new to using his computer in a way for
That's
creating. He's never done any. I don't know if it's actually in the marketing material, but when it said that he hasn't done any creating before, he really hasn't. He has done no creating whatsoever. So this is
we did the pumpkin patch
yeah.
thing that
Well,
you were guiding.
yes, yeah, yes, there is
It would,
that.
I'm sure it would have been a lot longer if I had just done it myself.
Yes.
With tutorial, it would have
Yeah.
been incredibly longer.
Yeah. So this is so the steps that Shannon is going through are relative to someone that's completely new to learning Blender or creating in general, I guess. So generally speaking, no, there aren't as many steps. It's just that Shannon's getting used to manipulating objects and using the interface and then doing all the other stuff that's associated with creating.
Yeah, and the steps on a Blender, I mean, are almost counterintuitive to working on a PC.
Yes,
Especially
yes, yeah.
What I left click is different for Blender.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. So if we continue, so if you right click the heart, the L, the heart, the V and the E, and then not together, individually, in turn,
Right.
just press the G key and reposition them how you want the letters to appear relative to each other, just to adjust the spacing a little bit. And then we shall ask Chairman Maurice if that's
It's Chairman Meowreese.
Chairman Meowreese, if that's
Get it?
that's okay.
Did everyone get that?
Yeah.
Chairman Meowreese. Here, I'll just put him here a few more times for you. Oops, wait, that's not it. If I can. Takes a little talent, you know.
There we go.
I hear a cat.
Yeah.
You hear Chairman Meowreese.
Meowreese.
Ah, okay.
I have a special emoticon just for him.
You have a cat committee there, do you?
I have a what?
A cat committee? They help you decide on these things, right?
No, I have an emoticon.
In
Oh, really?
in chat, yes. It's
In the chat,
created.
a special emoticon
Wow, okay.
we don't have. And it's just for Chairman Meowreese.
Why do I think of Madagascar with that name?
Madagascar?
Because I'm the film, because I'm thinking of Maurice, the King Julian's.
Oh, Reese's named after Chairman Mao.
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
It sure did.
Right. So does that positioning of the letters does that pass the approval of Chairman Meowreese?
Or Chairman.
What about Chairman Meowreese? What?
The spacing of the letters is that Are you happy with the position of the letters?
Who, me? Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Well,
Please don't hurt me.
Uneven. I think the heart is too. Wait, okay, I'm looking in the wrong place. The heart needs, like, look at that red line. Like, everything needs to be on the red line first, right? I'm like a dictator, right?
Yes.
Yeah. True. See how we agreed right away with you? Like no pot. But yeah.
Okay, so
All the letters should be on the red line, and then they should be spaced evenly
right.
and closer together.
Right. So select the
Yeah.
letters. Select the letters in turn, and then press the G key and position them relative to the instructions of Chairman Meowreese.
Could Chairman Mao repeat it once more for us small people?
What, you want Chairman Meowreese to say something?
Could you
Or are you
please
calling me Chairman Meowreese?
Yes, we're calling you Chairman Meowreese.
state your directions again? Oh, benevolent ruler.
Okay, so everything should be on the red line.
Ah, okay.
That's step 1. I'll just save the next step because you'll probably just ask me again.
Yep. Probably.
Yep.
We do not wish to risk the disfavor of the chair person. All right. All right, they are mostly on the red line. Unless we're talking about...
Mostly only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
What?
Mostly only what?
Counts in horseshoes and hand grenades?
Mostly horseshoes.
Mostly only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, but mostly horseshoes?
But you got it close. You got it close.
Mostly hand grenades?
The game of horseshoes. Well, if you're kind of close with hand grenades, that's good enough. And horseshoes is the same.
Oh.
The game
well,
of
not
horseshoes.
not having played with either horseshoes or hand grenades, one wouldn't
I'm not
know
sure.
about that.
Well, I'm thinking with hand grenades, you could just probably take a guess that accuracy is not that important. But unlike that, for this, you should get them on the red line. And if you're having trouble with that, maybe zoom in a little.
Yes, Chairman, you obey.
Comrade.
Comrade, yes. Please don't hurt us, comrade.
I just don't want you to get it into the client and then be like, oh, I'm a little disappointed with how it looks now.
Yep. Then we could blame you, right?
Because I didn't
Yes, cue a revolution. Overthrow the
That's right.
But the heart is too big.
Oh, okay.
We need to do like a opposite of the Grinch or something.
We need to give it a makeover.
Yeah, it needs a makeover. It's
all right.
So right-click the heart. Yes, press the S key, and then move the mouse to scale.
Maybe like that.
a little smaller.
Think.
Oh, smaller.
Think.
So what, are you Alice in Wonderland or something? Do you want the cake next?
She's milking the scene.
Stop. What are you doing? Shannon's milking the scene.
What? All right, how about like that?
No, now it's smaller than the V. No, now it's bigger than the V.
It will never fit through the door.
Left click.
It's good. That's good. That's perfect.
Left click. That's it. So now
the only thing is not. It's below the red line now.
Yep. So now adjust. So right click, press the G key, and then move the objects.
But you need to move the heart a little to the left now. And then move the V a little bit. And, oh no, you moved it up. And they're not lined up on the bottom. That's just,
yeah, they're not lined up.
that looks okay.
Well, to do that, if you go back into in the properties, click the orange cube button on the right side. That's it. The button that you clicked before. Yeah,
okay.
That one. Location. You'll want the bottom set of numbers. Scroll back up. Where you change the rotation, the set of numbers to the left of that is the position of the object. You want that
location?
Yeah, so you want the bottom set, which shows 0.17. Yeah, so left click that and type 0.
Oh, and then they'll line up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then right-click the V.
Right-click the V, okay?
Yep, do the same thing again. So left-click the text input field, type 0. Left-click the, right-click the heart.
Okay.
Oh, this might be slightly different because we've rotated it.
Oh,
Yep, so just Control-Z to undo that.
okay. L?
Yes, right-click the L, type 0.
All right, did we get the E? Yeah, we did.
Yes. So those are
So only the heart is not adjusted.
yeah.
But might be okay.
Right, so save the file so that you've got a version to go back to.
Oh, yes, good idea. Who knows what the chairman meow will make us do next. Whew, saved. I feel better already.
Yeah, catastrophe averted.
.com.
Yeah, until the next one.
Yes.
Right, so
I thought of 20 quips and held my tongue.
yeah, so if that looks okay to
Well, that's up to the
Comrade Meow.
Yeah. Comrade Meow. I like Comrade Meow better. This is true.
Well, I might have to ask him. Reese, what do you think? Oh, now he's just staring at me intently. That's your fault.
Yeah,
There is a cat
this is
there.
disapproval. That's a disapproval look.
No, he's just vigilant.
Oh, so if we switch back to perspective mode, so click the view menu bottom left, and then ortho. That's it. Left click that.
Whoa, hello.
Rotate the scene around a little bit so that we can see it from the top-ish. Oh, right, so we need to adjust the thickness of the letters.
Yeah.
Right.
And Brig mentioned that the loves can sort of looks like an A now. I don't know if.
Yeah, but not everybody thought that.
But isn't Brig the boss of Chairman Meow? Oh, maybe that's a secret. Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
I don't know who that person is, though.
I do.
Who is it?
Not telling unless Brig wants to tell.
Yeah,
it's a super secret.
Yep.
That.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to figure out why that person would be the boss of Chairman Meowies.
Is anybody really the boss of Chairman Meow?
No.
Okay. Moving right along. After that comment, what's the next step?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, wow.
Hot Rod. Can you smooth the letters like rounding the corners? You can, but not in the mode that we're currently in, because we're actually still. These objects are 3D text, they're actual text objects. To edit the mesh in a way that would do that, you have to convert them, which is a later step. So that was just a question in the chat. Right, so click the F properties button again. That's the one on the right. That's it.
Okay.
And then change the extrude value for the letters to make them thinner to match the heart, I guess. So what's the heart on?
Yeah, what's the heart?
Yeah. That's
0.25.
Oh,
Really?
that'll be because we've scaled it.
Yeah.
Right, so if you right, so with the right click the heart,
Done.
and then from the object menu, bottom left, not that one, the other object to its left. That's it.
Okay.
Click apply, That's it. And then you want, whoops,
You want something.
rotate and scale, rotation and scale.
Okay. Yep. Fonts can only have scale applied text.003.
Oh, right, yes, because we're in text mode. Okay, so we're going to have to sort of guesstimate this then. So if you rotate the view around so that you can see the depth of the... So that's going to be like... So if that's 0.25, that's going to be something like 1.6, I guess, for the letters.
Right.
So try that. Try one of... select one of the letters, right-click, and then just 1.6.
0.5?
Yeah,
1.6.
Yeah, 0.16, yeah.
1.6. Okay. I was like, what? Okay. We have to move. We'll have to move the heart at some point forward.
Yeah. No, but that thickness looks about right. So that was a good...
Consult Chairman Meow.
Yeah.
You don't want to spend all this time doing this and find out we are wrong.
Yeah.
And be criticized. Chairman Meow. Paging Chairman Meow. Chairman Meow.
When you say that, I just think you're talking to my cat.
Yeah.
Well, we sort of are.
Comrade Meow.
Comrade Meow, sorry. You only answered to Comrade Meow. Got it.
He was sleeping. Now you disturbed him.
Oh, sorry. Does this look okay, scale-wise? We're
Thickness,
trying to shrink down
depth. Yeah.
thickness, yeah. Because we think we're guesstimating because we can't guess the part.
So wait, what does it look like from the top? Can we see like a top view?
Yeah, I'm doing a top right now, right?
Yes.
Oh, I guess I'm looking at like can you do like straight directly from the top?
Right, so
like,
view, go into the view menu.
What, top, right?
Yes.
Boom.
And then do view menu again. And then view perspective ortho. What that's doing is toggling between perspective and ortho. So it's toggling between there being perspective in the scene and there not being perspective. So it removes all perspective. So we're now looking at the top of the scene flat without any perspective.
so can you zoom in on it a little bit?
Yeah, I could zoom in like that or more.
One more. So it looks like the first and the third ones are fine for where they're lined up, but I feel like you should bring the second and fourth ones to the line up at the bottom there, which is really the front, right?
Okay. We haven't adjusted 3 and 4.
Yeah, no, this is the depth or thickness of the fonts, the thickness of the letters.
I'm just thinking if you line them up, then you can make them all the same depth, right? Or are you just doing that numerically?
Oh, we'll do that once we have confirmed from Chairman Meow.
Oh, number 2 is my choice.
Right, so we need to adjust the depth of the letters a bit more. So we're on 1.6, so I guess that's going to be about 1.4.
All right, so are we going to V?
Well, if you adjust the extrude value on the L letter, type 1.4.
0.14.
0.14, sorry, yes.
Okay. Right.
Just rotate the scene around so that we can... Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, so do that with the V and the E. So right-click those two. So that's 0.14 and then 0.14. Right, and then go back into the view menu and select the top view again. And then adjust the position so that the front face of the objects is parallel to the red line. So press the G key and then move the objects.
So we're lining this up with the first
we want the front of the object, the front face that's literally pointing downwards at the bottom. Well, it's now the bottom of the object as we're looking at it, but yeah, so the front face is aligned to the red axis that you can see, the axis line. And then do that with the heart. So right click, press the G key, and then move, and left click.
I'm just getting closer to make sure they are on the red line per Chairman Meow's
Yes.
request.
You guys are just jealous that I have a special emoticon that you don't have.
Yep, very true. We covet it.
Yep, I know.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it important for it to be like very exact, like on the red line?
Not really, no. It's I mean, if you were doing something that, let's say for the sake of argument, you were going to turn this into a wall-mounted furniture item, or, well, it's a floor-mounted furniture item, you would align the objects relative to how the object is going to be used. So for this being a floor item, you would make sure that the bottom of the mesh was aligned to the axes. But if it was a wall-mounted one, you'd have to make sure that the back of the mesh, which is the top, as we're looking at the scene right now, you'd have to make sure that those were aligned to the wall surface that the furniture item would be mounted to.
Okay.
But that would be if you were concerned about any gaps at the back side of the object. But if you want to make sure that to present a unified or clean front side, then yes, you're best off aligning them to a common position so that everything lines up.
Okay.
Right, so go down into the View menu, bottom left, and then View Persp Ortho. Click on that, and then rotate your scene up. And then rotate so that we're looking at the front of the mesh, at the front of the text, I should say. Yep, that looks okay. And save the file now that we've got that positioned up.
Or should we wait for Chairman Meow or Comrade Meow to confirm?
Comrade Meow.
Comrade Meow, do you confirm?
You can just call me Comrade for short.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Comrade.
Nice. I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said. I was talking in the chat.
Oh, we're sorry, Comrade Meow.
It's chair. That's Comrade to you.
How does this look?
Isn't Conrad an unusual name for a girl?
Conrad. Oh, C-O-N.
Yeah.
Conrad. I have never met. Actually, I don't think I've ever met anybody named Conrad.
It was
of any gender.
It was an anti-authoritarian joke. Call me comrade. Conrad? No, comrade. Or comrade.
Bum. Thank you, ladies and germs. Jazz Cat is in Tuesdays and Thursdays at Improv.
You know, that 42 joke is getting funnier all of a sudden. I don't know.
We've numbed you out so much.
We're not. Yeah, I know. My standards are lowering here.
Dropping dramatically.
I don't have to see it from different angles. I'm only seeing the front.
Right.
Okay, so rotate the scene around. Yep.
Oh, it looks nice. Yeah, I like it. Very nice. I can't wait till you add the other hearts.
Is that sarcasm?
What?
Have you not seen the mock-up that I did?
Yes.
Hopefully that's sarcasm.
No, hang on. I have. Hold on. Hang on a sec.
Can you show everybody the preview picture?
Yeah.
So they know what you're trying to make?
Yeah.
I'll stop sharing. That way you can.
No, it's okay. You don't have to. It's because I'm broadcasting whatever's on the desktop, and it'll broadcast Zoom. If we're sharing Zoom, it'll broadcast that. But if I'm doing something on the desktop, it'll broadcast that.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find the contest. There we go. So this is what we are attempting to make.
Shannon is in this twice.
Yep.
That's weird.
I have to be, because one's audio and the other's for sharing. And if I do one, it doesn't work. Bug isn't.
We used obviously, based on what's on screen at the moment, we use a completely different font, but that's what we're trying to approximate. I won't say replicate. That's what we're trying to approximate. So that's not too bad, actually. So minimize that. Right, so what have we got? So we want to use the same. How do we want this textured? Conrad.
Oh, like, do you want to do the sides separately or something? Are you saying?
No. I mean the concept is one color. So do you want the objects to be one color like this, or
because it's a contest? I think that the more flexibility you can give the contestants, the better.
okay?
But I just figure you could probably texture these letters first and then duplicate the heart and then break out the material to a separate one.
Either or. It's either or. What we can do then is, right, so we've got our basic text. We now need to convert these into meshes. As we've got the heart shape selected, right, so from the object menu on the bottom left.
Oh, am I back on?
Yes,
Are we done
yes.
talking with
We're
Comrade?
live.
Okay.
We're live. Yes, we're live.
I was just waiting for the comrade to instruct me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I blotted your voice out for the chairman.
What? Jazz
yes.
Cat is supposed to be giving instruction, but like you guys should follow that original image.
Is
and then
the word is the word supposed? Is that sarcasm?
It's a suggestion.
Okay, so object,
Follow the DR.
object, and then go all the way up to the top where it says convert to. Click that, and then we want mesh one below. That's it. Click that, and then a set of properties have just appeared. Don't do anything. In the bottom left, on the left-hand side there.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see where it says keep original? There's a checkbox. Yeah, click that.
Okay.
And what that does is it literally keeps the original text object. So we've now got. So if you want to change to the pointy widget, so just below your mouse. Yep, you want the one with the pointy bit. The other to the left.
Oh, this?
That one, yeah.
Spear tip.
That's it.
I think you called it Cupid's arrow or something one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. So if you just left click drag the green handle backwards.
Like this?
Well, either way, towards you or backwards, it doesn't really matter. We should have the original mesh still in there, or the original text font still in place.
Okay.
So if you move it back so that you can see the other object, that's it. Just left click. Whoops, you've gone a bit too far there. Left click.
Left click. Okay.
That's it. And just rotate around. We can see that we've still got the original object in the scene.
Oh, okay. Got it.
All right, so just Control Z to undo that. And that'll just revert the thing back to its position it was just before you moved it. That's it.
Should I keep hitting it?
No.
Control Z?
No, because you've probably just undone the duplication.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. You can check this. If you right-click the heart,
Okay.
press the G key and just move your mouse. Yeah, you've undone the... So that's all right. So right-click the heart, make sure it's selected, go into the Object menu, all the way up to the top, convert to Mesh. That's it, click, and then it's kept the original. That's kept that setting. Brilliant. That's okay.
Yeah.
What we can do here, actually, whilst it's still selected, is press the M key, M for Marty,
Okay.
and move that selection to another layer. So click the button that's below the grayed out one that you can see that's already selected.
Right there?
Yep. Left click, that's it. And move the mouse away. That confirms. And what that's done is it's kept the position, but just moved the object to a new layer, so that if you... can you see that set of buttons that are below with the little orange dots in them? If you click that one that your mouse is over right now.
That one?
Left click, yep. We've just got the heart.
Okay.
So you can toggle between the two whilst you're doing this process, and you can create your letter, move it to that other layer just so that it's out of the way and not interfering with what you're doing. So if you click the top one, that's it, we've got that. So left click, right click the letter L and repeat the process. So Object menu, convert to Mesh, it's kept the original, press the M key, M for Marty, and then move to the same layer that, whoops, do that again, M key, that's it. Left click, brilliant, move the mouse away, select the V and do the same thing, Object, that's it. Press the M key, M for Marty, that's it. Left click, that's brilliant. And then the E. And that's it. Oh, M key, that's it. So now, if you click the little button with the orange highlight, you'll see exactly, that's the mesh. So that's that. So save the file.
Exactly what I was going to suggest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so okay, so we want to assign materials next. We've been going for nearly 2.5 hours, by the way, so I don't know what the time's like.
Oh, but Shannon hasn't, though.
You're quick to point that out, comrade. Well, I don't know. How are our viewers feeling? Maybe you should ask them, since they've been on as long
Yes,
as
so
you guys.
yeah, so everyone's been on for about 2.5 hours.
Sure, like,
So
well, I don't feel like I've been in 2.5
Yeah.
hours. Oh wait.
you're as fresh as a daisy.
Yeah, I got here a little after 4:30, and then I was just listening for quite some time.
So
His teeth are really clean.
how many
That's-
how many sessions do we have? When do we actually need to have this thing done?
Okay, you have I think like 3 more sessions to get it done.
Okay.
After that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's probably a good time to call it quits for today, because what we can do is work on the materials and textures and things like that, and be fully focused on that. in the next session, which is next Tuesday.
Yes.
Yes. And I've checked the calendar to make sure there's no conflict, and I've also changed the time so that I can come into the room early to kick people out, because this week people were going past 4 o'clock, as I told you on Tuesday. So hopefully that'll speed things along.
And I may not be here next week, but I'm nervous now. I might have to like show up anyway. I shouldn't go, but I don't know. You guys make me nervous.
You may have other responsibilities given to you by the high command.
I'm going to be like sending you like copies of that reference picture. Like, hey, make sure it looks like this. Look, here's that picture. I don't know what you guys are doing right now, but just or I'll send spies in my place.
That's right. You have many.
Yes, my spies are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it all starts.
Wait, did you say that in front of the comrade? Oh, too late.
Yeah.
Oh, JazzCat wants to know if anyone has questions about this stuff so far.
Yeah. So if you have any questions so far.
Polly says you should get Shannon to add poses. Well, he is, right? Is he going to add poses? If he shows up on time?
We might be able to. I mean, we won't be able to get as many as you wanted in, but.
Well, I thought maybe you'll be like, all right, I'm going to make 1 or 2 of these, you know.
Well, yes, we will have at least 1 pose, custom pose in.
Shannon is going to make at least 1.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and looking at the calendar, there shouldn't be any issues as long as there's not some emergency, which is unlikely.
Wicked Truth, I don't see any problem with you doing that. I mean, I don't know how those guys are going to judge it, but I don't think that's going to disqualify you.
Well, they're deriving off my mesh. So
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that you can add, because I always thought that was disabled, that you couldn't add meshes to something that you hadn't created.
Even JazzCat learns new things.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, it's not so much new, so much as, huh?
It's not new so much as, huh?
Yeah, so much as, huh? I thought that was disabled because people were not. I can't remember what people were doing, but it was disabled at one point. I'm sure I remember that correctly. But you couldn't add meshes to something that you hadn't created yourself.
Okay.
But DJ is saying that you can. Oh, well, it's not just DJ, but it's been mentioned once or twice before that you can. And I always thought that you couldn't. It was disabled. So I'm just confused as to when did that
Maybe there was
happen?
a bug at some point and it wasn't working right or something.
Possibly, yeah.
Hot Rod says you can replace a mesh but not the poses. That doesn't sound right to me.
The skeleton, yes, yeah.
Frankenmeshing.
Yes, that's pretty much what it would be. It's alive, changing the original.
Yeah, you can replace poses, says Polly. In fact, yeah, that happens all the time, that people set up like empty pose packs that you can add your poses to. Or Polly helped us with a contest last Valentine's where you could change her poses to make new rose poses.
So has it? I don't remember it always being like that though. That's why I'm surprised. I just didn't know that it was possible again, because it used to be. I know that it used to be, and I know that it was disabled for a while.
I don't remember that. Polly doesn't remember that.
I must be
Well,
misremembering.
I remember that. I've been meshing a long time, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
I totally remember that. Wink, wink.
yeah.
Yeah. This whole thing is a sham. Shannon is not really learning how to do this. He's just trying to see how.
Testing our patience.
Yeah.
This is like this is scripted, like the whole thing's scripted way before, and then we act natural.
Yeah.
Roses with poses, didn't you get?
Yeah. Roses and I think it was roses and poses, or same difference. Yeah, it was awesome.
Valentine's balloon room, which is still visited on client.
I mean, those contests were really popular, and I think that creators did a really good job of promoting them and helping people in the forums with their questions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
Yeah, there was a lot of activity with that, I recall.
Yeah, and I was just the other day I was looking at the chat rooms, just like the general, like what's popular right now. Mm-hmm. And Polly's hot air balloon was like at the top of the list. I'm like, where'd that come from? And there were people in it. There were like a half a dozen people in it right then.
I think it might be. Isn't it featured too?
Is it?
Wasn't it a VIP? Wasn't it a reward or a VIP something or other?
No, it's just like the contest. Some of the hot air balloons that Polly really liked from the contest are in there. A pose contest. Yeah, I would like to do a pose contest. Really? Well, this one kind of is a pose contest because you can double your prize money in this contest if you make your own poses for this.
Yeah, so we don't want to put too many poses in because we want to leave room for others.
Yeah, like maybe 6 or 7. No, but they'll replace those though.
I guess.
What you're gonna put 6 or 7 poses in, and then they can change it to something else in that spot.
But you mean 6 or 7 custom poses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we have Polly? Maybe Polly will help us.
Actually,
she's gonna be like, I'm not going to these anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Are you trying to scare her away?
What she'll be like? What did you just volunteer me for? You can recycle some from something else.
No. Well, the thing is, if we're using FBX, we can import a series of files. So, not saying that Polly should actually do this, because, I'm sure she's got a lot of stuff to do herself because of somebody else. But
wink, wink.
Yeah, no names mentioned, Conrad. But if she were to do a pose and export the pose as an FBX, in theory we should be able to get it into IMVU via FBX into the same project.
Well, Polly, we just want some custom poses on this, and we want to make Shannon do like one pose, right? At least one. But the way these things take a long time, maybe more than that is unrealistic. Yeah. And then, Jazz Cat can make one himself. But you are like the fastest person at making poses. You can recycle something you already have. We just want the poses to be more than just the default standing and sitting. I feel like every other Twitch I joined, that's not bad, Polly. Every other, like 50%, this is too bad.
Yeah, but that's not just Cat's Bits, is it? It's Jinx and Prim as well when she appears.
So she goes to a lot of Twitch sessions. What?
Yeah, but that's like 50% here and then 50% at you and Prim's.
I just
So
like to say that
that's like
I do pay Polly for most of the things she does for me. Just saying.
uh-huh.
I may only pay her in potatoes, but that's not the point. FBX drives me nuts. Yeah, people have. It's good for some things. It's good for Blender. It's really good for Blender.
Well, it should. It should be. It should. Well. Yeah. I mean, I guess that for with Max, then I guess Cal 3D for poses and
Ooh,
avatar related stuff is. Huh?
look what Polly said. Look what Polly said. If you send me the mesh file and skeleton, I can maybe whip something up. Ooh.
Potatoes are very precious.
And then you eat them, and then no more potato salad.
But they grow.
Polly grew her own potatoes
Yep.
in the ground or in a bag. Actually, I'm not sure.
Yep. Well, we'll see what happens in the next session. How far we get in the next session, Polly, because obviously Shannon's the one with the file that's being worked on. So if we can get it to a point where you've at least got a mesh to work with, then if you're up for that, I you know, not forcing you or anything like somebody else would do.
What? Not paying you like anybody else would do.
Yeah. Yes. You know that's a conversation you probably don't want to have. But yeah, so we'll see how far we get, and if we get a mesh, then we'll send it to you.
Thank you, Laura and JuzzCat and our listeners. I'm going to be heading out and doing a few things.
Yep,
And,
no worries. No worries.
Yeah, barring
Drink some red wine and eat some beets.
Yep, beets are good.
And red wine, and coffee, maybe some coffee and tea.
Mm-hmm. I know where you sit, Laura. Remember that. All right. Well, I'm going to head out. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
And everyone take care, and we'll see you all Tuesday, or hear you all.
So I guess, yeah, we're stopping the session for now. That's 3 hours, 2 hours 40. It's not broken the record yet.
Give it
maybe
time.
Next time.
Yeah, which is nearly 3 hours. I think that's the record. So so thanks very much for everybody for turning up, and then we shall continue with the fabulous. What is it? Amazing.
Oh, this one could be fabulous. Though it was an amazing pumpkin patch.
Amazing.
Fabulous.
I'm sure that the art department would like that correction right now.
Oh, because it says amazing on the ad.
It says amazing on the yes. You want it to say what now?
What, me?
No, that's marketing to you. You want it to say what now?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, they already questioned me about 1,000,000 times about calling it
amazing.
About some of the copy on there, or whatever, like learn how to make love your own.
Oh yes, okay, yeah. Shan't go any further into that.
They're like, you wanted to say what? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I didn't even actually make that ad copy of my.
No.
But I did have to defend it.
Oh, is that ice cream guy outside again?
Oh yeah, the guy with the creepy clown horn. Yep. So I don't think he sells ice cream even, because then he'd have to buy dry ice. I think he just sells like peanuts and who knows what. Cacahuates.
That's with your new microphone, we can hear that now.
The horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So thanks for showing up as usual. And we shall see you in the next session, where we shall hopefully get the materials assigned. Textures.
At least my teeth are clean, but yes, next time.
Next time, yes.
Calendar checked.
Yep. All right. Until next time. Bye for
Bye.
now.
Until next time, if I'm there, it's a surprise.
Oh.
It's always a surprise.
When the chairman shows up, we're just grateful.
Yes.
Comrade. That's Comrade.
Conrad. Yep.
Conrad.
Yep. All right. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye-bye.